Right here, Charlie Kirk was talking about regime change. Let's see what he said.
Forget another jump in grocery prices, but GoodRanchers.com is...
Oh, God damn it, Charlie Kirk. God damn it, Kirk.
Cuts of beef, chicken, pork...
No!
Good Ranchers. Visit GoodRanchers.com.
Charlie!
Unlock your free meat for life. $40 off with promo code Kirk.
No!
Is where we stand right now. Right now, Iran is getting blown up. And currently, America has faced zero blowback or any consequences. And Israel's operation against Iran has been far more successful as of right now than anyone could have dreamed. No one could have dreamed that they're taking out the entire core of the Iranian military.
Rest in peace, Kirk.
Not to mention bombing after bombing of nuclear reactors and airports and military sites. And in some ways, for many people in this audience...
You know what's so messed up? I'm so used to seeing like AI, Charlie Kirk's face on rappers and on Marlon, that just like actually hearing him talk is jarring. Man.
And also for those of us that want to see civilization succeed, this is very satisfying to watch. But we must also caution you, and the Iraq War and the Afghanistan War show us that it might not necessarily continue that way. The first weeks of the Afghan and the Iraq War looked incredibly easy. Remember shock and awe? Shock and awe was, it looked like, wow, there is no situation that we can't handle. Iraq will bend to our will. And for those of us that are America first, but also are very sympathetic to Israel, this has always been our cautionary tale.
Perfect example of a Zionist who was starting to change tune. Yes, he's siding with Israel and he cares whatever he believes is our greatest ally, but he's saying straight up, we don't want regime change. We don't want another Iraq. We don't want to make the same mistakes. And the Zionists fucking hated that. They hated that. Look at what they're all saying now. They are jumping up and down and begging and seething. Oh my, they're trying so hard to get us to bomb Iran. Look what Ben Shapiro's saying. I'm not saying we just need helicopters, just a few 100,000 Black Hawks, just a couple $1 trillion. Jigsaw, these other people that they're pretending to care about Iranian protesters. Kirk is here. He's being straight up. He's being straight up. And he was assassinated very soon after. As soon as he started to change his tune, towards the end of his life, he spoke out against Iran regime change. They didn't like that. Went against the narrative. And also he said that October 7th was an inside job. Weren't supposed to say that. That was wiped off of YouTube, deleted everywhere. What else did he say?
Which is that war is far more complicated. Military strikes are usually much murkier and complicated than it might seem on TV. Our generation especially, and the base of the Republican Party, we have never seen a triumphant, declarative military victory. Oh. And I hope everybody in the audience understands that.
Whoa.
Everybody in MAGA that says, keep the strikes going. And I totally get it. I see it from that perspective. But also understand that the base of MAGA has never seen a declarative victory. And I can tell you right now, our MAGA base does not want a war.
Oh, my God.
At all whatsoever.
Oh,
they do not want U.S.
God.
involvement.
Oh, my God.
They do not want the United States to be engaged in this. And let's just go 569. This is a picture of the Iraq shock and awe bombing, you might remember. It felt as if we were going to steamroll Iraq, and this would be like a 2-month operation similar to the Persian Gulf War back in 1991.
Okay.
But the Middle East has a tendency to draw you in. It is the land of sand and death, as President Trump would say. The last major war that America clearly and definitively won is the Gulf War. And even that led to the Second Iraq War. Before that, it was World War II. And the Korean War, you could argue, had some real good upside with the creation of South Korea. Wars are not profitable endeavors.
Oh, my God.
And even from a pro-Israel standpoint, Israel does not benefit from long conflicts or long wars. The shorter the conflict, the better it has always been for Israel. That's why they prefer deceptive, immediate, and violent action.
Oh, whoa, did you just call Israel deceptive and violent? Man, this sounds like somebody who very soon was going to change his tune. This sounds like somebody who was not going to support Israel if he were still alive. It seems like he was breaking away from the neocons, from the Zionist movement, from the Judeo-Christian values that he was supposed to align with.
We as conservatives must be very morally clear as to what side we are on. But we must resist the siren song of displacing dictators and lands we do not understand and we have no business running. And I just want to have a cautionary tale because it can feel very good and seem very good.
But
and it
facts don't care
objectively
about your
can be
feelings.
good. And when I see a picture of that apartment building, I kind of just have awe. And I'm like, man, I struggle to like install my TV. I need someone to help me set up the Wi-Fi. Like, Mikey, get in here, set up the Wi-Fi. I mean, what they do in the tech room is like the most impressive thing. They got guests and they got Zoom and they got different televisions and they got audio stuff. And look at this. They're sending missiles to the 8th floor, but not the 9th floor or the 7th floor. I mean, I marvel at that, and you should too. However, Iran...
And this is why I don't think, obviously, allegedly, I don't want to get whatever, but for people to automatically assume that it was killed by a radical leftist who was dating a transgender person and not question the fact that the investigation has been horrid, not question the fact that Erica Kirk met him in Israel, that Erica Kirk's father worked for Raytheon, a missile contractor for Israel, to automatically believe the narrative after everything we know about what Americans do and especially what Israel does. What's the one nation capable of killing journalists, killing foreign leaders, killing people who go against anyone who doesn't sing their tune? It's Israel. So I'm not saying insinuating that it's a conspiracy, but for you to automatically believe it was just a radical leftist, somebody that capable of a sniper shot, disassembling the gun, going into the woods, texting a transgender who also didn't admit to it, sending really incriminating messages on his phone, you would think that he'd be smarter to do that. But for people to automatically think that the Tyler Robinson narrative is true, I don't think you should be as trustworthy as you are. Because the more we see about what Kirk was saying towards the end of his career and what's happening now in America, it seems like they were upset. And they were very publicly upset. He talked about it soon before his death, that they were threatening him, they were bullying him, they were trying to give him more money. A lot of that is strange. And you can put orange in the chat and say, well, I'm going too far, but I think that I think a lot of this is strange.
Iran does have a conventional military. They are a proud and they are a big country. Persia was once a great power. They have a memory, a very serious memory of being respected. And this was a humiliation. This was an absolute humiliation of the Iranian regime and mullahs, and it is continuing. Iran could say that they're going to just go march 900,000 troops into Iraq. The Iranian play is the worst possible case scenario is Iran says, okay, you humiliated us, you killed all of our leaders. We're going to go make this a regional mess and try to get as many people involved as possible. They're going to go after Americans. They're going to go after Saudis. They're going to go after everybody imaginable just to create a big mess and to try to draw the world into it.
Okay.
Because understand, the Iranian people are widely respected and not necessarily are always in sync with leadership. But if and when the people of Iran feel like Persia is being defaced and humiliated and disrespected, we don't know where that is going to go. And that's my final reason why I am always skeptical of military intervention. And when a lot of the sometimes warmongering wing gets too excited, you don't know, actually.
He's talking directly to Ben Shapiro, who, funnily enough, was the lead speaker at Turning Point, Charlie Kirk's organization. When Kirk was alive, Ben Shapiro was never an invited guest, if I'm not mistaken. He would bring a lot of other people, but as soon as he's gone, Shapiro's front lines is right there, front center stage. And now he's on his stupid YouTube podcast, encouraging exactly what Kirk was against.
To have a lot of humility. You do not know how things are going to work out. It is impossible. But I can say concretely, here's where I stand and where the MAGA base stands. We do not want U.S. boots on the ground.
Wow.
We do not want American kinetic involvement.
Hey, Trump, is this your best friend right here? Listen to him. I know you had to go decorate the Mar-a-Lago. Oh, we got a new lawn. We got a new chandelier. It's beautiful. They asked him about Kirk dying, one of his best friends, right? Oh, we got a beautiful lawn, great lawn. It's like, what about the guy that spent his whole career defending you and trying to get you elected? Right here, Donald Trump. Kirk is saying exactly the opposite of what you're pushing. You're saying we need to make Iran great again. Charlie Kirk disagreed. He did not want intervention. He did not want more wars. He did not want to make the same Iraq mistake.
This is Israel's war. This is Israel's
Wow.
self-determination in play. And with that, we welcome Josh Hammer from Newsweek.
I agree completely. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. It's not our war. We have no business being there. We can't make the same mistakes. No war in Iran. No war in Iran. But if we're going to be real, it's going to happen. They're going to do it anyway. RP Kirk.